up on Fulton Today, federal oversight of the county jail is over. We'll talk to jail officials about the end of the 10-year-old consent order and what's ahead. And citizens and business leaders weigh in on safety along Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Fulton Today starts right now. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Fulton County regains control of the Rice Street facility. Now, a federal judge ended oversight of the jail that started nearly 10 years ago. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has our story.
Federal oversight of the county jail began in 2006 when the Southern Center for Human Rights filed a complaint about overcrowding. Well, now overcrowding is no longer an issue here, and neither are a host of other concerns the judge once had. It has been a long time coming for Fulton officials who have been working non-stop to get this facility in compliance with federal mandates. Back in 2006, there were reports of inmates sleeping on floors and cell locks that were not working or easily compromised. First, commissioners addressed the overcrowding issue and agreed to lease space at various nearby facilities. Nearly 300 inmates from the Fulton County Jail were transferred to the Union City facility.
Well, back in 2013, when we started the lock replacement project at the main Fulton County facility, we had to relocate a certain number of inmates in order to make the housing units available for the contractor to do the actual work. At the same time, the Union City facility, which was then known as the South Fulton Municipal Regional Jail, became available because they closed it down. We were able to move in and take over operations of the facility, and we relocated all of our female inmates to Union City, not only to make space at the main jail for lock replacement, but to also offer additional programs and services targeted to the female inmates to help them with their reentry programs.
When the jail was constructed in the mid-'80s, it was a minimum security facility. The locks were less problematic, less tamper-resistant, and the inmates less technically savvy. In September of 2013, Fulton spent nearly $5 million to replace locks at the Rice Street facility and provide more security for jail staff and inmates.
Since we had the new locks installed in May of last year when we completed that project, it's gone very well. The locks are working as designed. They're doing exactly what we need them to do. They're providing the extra security and protection that we have to keep people safe and secure in the Fulton County Jail. The staff feel more safe doing their work in the jail, and the inmates feel safe being incarcerated actually in the jail, in that their property is safe and that they feel safer from attack from other inmates.
With overcrowding and security handled, court officials say staffing remains a concern. In April, commissioners approved plans to conduct a staffing survey for the jail.
Well, we're always looking for good help. We need good sworn staff. That includes our deputy sheriffs and detention officers who work directly with the inmates, but we also need good civilian staffs who handle the record keeping, data input, and do some of the other paraprofessional activities that occur in jail. So we're looking for many good people from different areas all over.
Commission Chairman John Eves, who has worked continuously to have the consent order overturned, says he is pleased with the court's decision to terminate the consent decree.
So we got great news. Judge Thrash entertained a conference hearing yesterday, and the judge has terminated the consent order, so we're now free from the consent decree. It's great news in terms of the great hard work that we've done over the years, that we've been under consent order since 2005, 2006. So we're there now, and gives us a lot more autonomy and flexibility in terms of doing the best we can in terms of providing a clean, safe jail that will lead to better and enhanced public safety in our community.
Though the oversight has ended for the facility, Fulton officials agree there is still more work to be done to address all of the issues that still exist at the jail. And while building a new one may be ideal for the sheriff's office, commissioners say the price tag that comes would not be ideal for taxpayers. Reporting at the Fulton County Jail, I'm Priscilla Ortega for FGTV.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Patrons and stakeholders along Fulton Industrial Boulevard get an update on safety and economic development in the area. The group also got a chance to meet the new interim police chief, Gary Stiles. The chief now joins us here on Fulton Today. Sir, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
Well, first things first, Chief, I know that you have spent a lot of your career right there along Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Tell us what you've seen in terms of changes over the years.
As you know, with my 30 years in law enforcement with the Fulton County Police, I did spend a great deal of time in a patrol car on Fulton Industrial Boulevard. During that time, I've seen phenomenal growth, and unfortunately, I've also seen some decline when it comes to street sales of crack cocaine, an influx of prostitution, the issue with the homeless. But all of those things have been slowly but surely addressed by an increase in police presence on the boulevard, the assistance of the Community Improvement District, as well as the Community Court, which is a recent development on Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Because of these things and because of the efforts of all of Fulton County, including Public Works, traffic engineering, and of course economic development, we are definitely seeing a turnaround as far as the quality of life crimes on Fulton Industrial Boulevard.
And now, Chief, can you talk a little bit about crime prevention along the boulevard?
Well, as you know, I've just recently been appointed the interim chief of police. But even in that short time, I have done some minor reorganizations that I think will improve the crime prevention efforts and impact on the citizens. I have replaced the traffic unit, moved it from the special services crime prevention area over into our crime suppression area, where they can more directly utilize the traffic unit to address some concerns in the neighborhoods. Along with that, I have created a crime analysis unit that is operating full-time to provide data to the patrol division and all other units as far as crimes occurring, why they occur, and when they occur, so that we can react quicker.
About that, please.
The economic development that has occurred within the last couple of years has been an extremely positive force in this area. We have new businesses coming in all the time. We've got a lot of new business looking at this area, and because of that, there's been a great deal of focus both by the citizens and our elected officials on this area, and all of that has been extremely positive and is helping us apply the resources from a public safety standpoint to protect and help this area grow.
And sir, what would you say is the latest crime fighting tool for your department?
The very latest tool is the crime analysis unit that I mentioned earlier. With this dedicated effort and the constant examining of crimes, both big and small, that occur in the area, we are able to focus our resources in a more efficient way and address quality of life crimes as they're occurring, and not just move them, but actually manage to arrest the people that are committing those crimes.
And before you go, Chief, let everybody know what you want them to know about crime and safety along Fulton Industrial Boulevard.
Well, first of all, I'd like them to know that unfortunately, if you've been a victim of a crime, it doesn't help to tell you that most major crime areas such as robberies and burglaries are actually down. We're not content with that. We know we can't eliminate crime, entirely, but we want the community to know that this is a safe community. We want the businesses to know that we're not satisfied, and we will continue to address the issues when it comes to prostitution or street drug sales, car thefts, but the area has improved and is continuing to improve, and I want to encourage everybody to assist us in that effort.
All right, Interim Police Chief for the Fulton County Police Department, Gary Stiles. Sir, always great to see you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you again for having me.
Fulton's Clerk of Superior Court is looking for young people who want to learn more about the court and the government. High school students can now submit applications for the 6-week internship program. Clerk Kathleen Tina Robinson's staff designed the program to give students an early introduction to career development and the role of the Clerk of Superior Court.
The students will learn a wide variety of things, from the initiation process of cases in Fulton County. They'll learn how the Fulton County Clerk of Superior Court kind of serves as the nucleus of the criminal justice system.
In addition to life training skills, interns will take field trips to various departments, including FGTV. The program will run from June 15th through July 24th. You can fill out your application online and get more information by contacting the numbers right there on your screen. The deadline, by the way, is May 18th. Students attending Fulton County Citizens University learn all about the county's human services. From housing to employment training, along with services for young people, the homeless, and seniors.
We have 9 aging programs.
Each division of the department talked about their particular services.
Block grants is actually an annual allocation that we get.
Many students were surprised by the number and variety of programs and services that the county offers.
I would like to just be able to go out and share with some of the young men some of the things that I've learned today and where they can get help. Because sometimes when they learn from other people that to have a child at a certain age, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. And with those responsibilities, can you really handle that?
I was told if there was anything else that I didn't learn tonight, the star line, don't ask me the number, but I do have it written down. The star line is a line for services for all the programs, the seniors in the county, as well as they're developing a youth services directory, which will provide training for service information for parents who can call in on that line and get to know what are some of the programs that are being offered for young people in the county. And those were some very, very important things that I learned tonight.
Now that number, by the way, 404-613-6000. The next stop for the students is the county's emergency services at 911. Fulton's workforce pitches in to help homeless women and children. These decorated boxes are a part of the Fulton County employees' partnership with the United Way Shoebox Project. County employees filled these boxes with items to help homeless women and children.
We have various toiletry, lotion, shampoo, tissues, wipes, just you name it, any type of travel necessities that homeless women would need for them and their children.
The boxes were given to the women on Mother's Day. It is the 3rd year employees have participated in this program. Now, this year marks the 10th anniversary of the United Way program. Last year, they collected and distributed more than 44,000 shoeboxes. And still to come, Fulton commissioners head to the nation's capital. We'll tell you all about it in our district by district coverage next. Fulton commissioners gather in the nation's capital, and a huge family fun day is planned in South Fulton. Melissa Lewis has those stories and more in this week's District by District coverage.
We begin with Chairman John Eves, Vice Chair Liz Hausman, and Commissioner Joan Garner's recent trip to Washington, D.C. The board members took a bipartisan journey to spend time with a number of Georgia leaders, including Congressman John Lewis, U.S. Senator David Perdue, and Congressman David Scott and Tom Price. The commissioners also met with leaders in the White House and were welcomed by NACO, the National Association of Counties. Recently, Commissioner Joan Garner was selected to participate in the 12th Annual County Leadership Institute, also to be held in Washington, D.C. later this month.
I'm very excited about that honor. I was nominated by our statewide association, the ACCG, Advancing Georgia Counties, and it really is an opportunity for me to spend quality time with my colleagues from across the country, sharing ideas, learning about best practices, and being able to bring those back to Fulton County to help advance and move Fulton County forward.
The commissioners were also able to address the board's legislative agenda while in D.C. District 2 seniors get some valuable advice about how to get their affairs in order. A life and death planning expert provided tips and examples to members of the Dorothy C. Benson Senior Multipurpose Facility. The comprehensive workshop was designed to assist seniors in putting their personal affairs and final wishes in order before a life-changing event occurs.
Really, it's important for everyone to have that information and to do that type of planning. I guess it's more important for seniors just because, you know, they're closer to those situations being real for them. And the key message is that you have to have capacity to do these documents and to make these decisions.
Staff in the Office of Aging and Youth hosted similar workshops at other senior facilities. In District 5, mark your calendars. Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. invites you to the first annual Family Fun Day at Oak Hill Family Center. On Saturday, May 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be a host of events and screenings for the entire family.
This amazing day will include health screenings, our first annual 25 and older kickball tournament, a basketball clinic hosted by NBA stars Tyrone Hill and Dennis Scott, a boxing clinic by a heavyweight champion.
And there is much more, including face painting and the Zoomobile for the kids. Visit this website to get more information. And finally, in District 6, Commissioner Emma I. Darnell enjoys a special Mother's Day program in the county's facility that bears her own mother's name. Seniors at the Harriet G. Darnell Multipurpose Facility enjoyed the annual occasion. Through dance performances from the Dancing Divas and spoken word, matriarchs were honored for their unselfish love and giving. A number of special mothers were honored, including the oldest mother.
The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but we have promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep. And miles to go before we sleep. Therefore, from Hebrews 12, seeing as we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that holds on to us so tight, and run with determination the race that is before us, looking unto him who is the author and the finisher of our faith. God bless you.
The Mother's Day program is just one of the many events planned for Older Americans Month. Contact the Star Line to get more information.
Thank you very much, Melissa. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when we come back, the county manager gets an up-close look at county health clinics. Stay with us. Fulton's top health officials give Fulton's top manager a look at their health facilities. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has the story.
New County Manager Dick Anderson continued his field trips to various departments with a trip to health services on this occasion. The first stop was the animal shelter.
Interestingly enough, we stopped at the animal shelter as the first place this morning. You may not think of that as linked with public health until you start thinking about rabies and things of that nature, but she takes a pretty holistic view of everything that is involved in public health.
Shelter employees handle up to 10,000 animals a year, with about 85% getting adopted. They also spay, neuter, and microchip all of the dogs and cats.
They're really excited. They were pleased to be able to show off what we do every day. As you know, we're here 24/7.
Anderson then toured the granddaddy of all of the county's health centers, Aldridge, located right next door to Grady Memorial Hospital.
It's a pleasure to be with one of the most important functions that Fulton County performs, and that's looking after public health, both in the terms of the aggregate down to the individual that just walks into one of our centers.
Health Services not only works on preventing diseases and getting people well, but also strives to educate the public and policymakers on how to make good decisions about individual and community health.
We look at things like the ability to have walkable sidewalks and walkable communities and bikeable communities. That is a health promoting activity. And so folks don't end up with diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Folks don't end up in emergency departments with asthma flare-ups. So really, public health is more holistic than healthcare. It's also about educating folks about their personal behaviors.
For more information about the many services of Health Services, call 404-612-1211 or visit FultonCountyGAHealth.org. I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Fulton residents enjoy a day filled with health and fitness activities. It was all a part of Older Americans Month. The HJC Bowden Senior Multi-Purpose Center held special workout classes for the seniors. There was a variety of exercise demonstrations, including aquatics.
Swimming puts 30 pounds of pressure on your chest and your lungs, and it forces you to have to breathe in more oxygen. The more oxygen you breathe in, the more calories you burn. So it keeps their weight down. Also, it helps keep their good synovial fluid going, which keep their bones lubed up. So it pretty much keep them healthy all year round.
I saw all of these amazing activities that they offered here, and I could not believe that there was a comprehensive center that would offer activities, athletic type of activities, and some cultural type of activities to this extent.
According to MedicineNet.com, muscle mass decreases at the age of 40, and adults lose 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade. Muscles burn calories and contribute to balance and bone strength, so it is important for seniors to remain active. The county will host a number of events in honor of Older Americans Month. You can contact the Star Line at 404-613-6000 for more information. Meanwhile, hundreds of county employees and their families celebrate healthy living as a part of this year's Spring Into Wellness event. The 6th annual event at Centennial Olympic Park featured a 5K walk run this year. There was also dancing, health screenings, and healthy food options.
I think we've had more people than we've ever had. We've had at least 1,500 people come today, which has been a phenomenal participation. I think everybody's had a great time and has given us a chance to get out and move about after a little bit of a long winter. So it's been very nice.
Some people trying new vegan options or gluten-free options, understanding that those foods can be just as great as the other food that we eat, so they have other healthy food alternatives.
Vendors also gave out information on how to avoid chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. Blue Cross Blue Shield sponsored the event for Fulton County workers and their families. The county puts a big emphasis on its employee wellness program because the less the county spends on medical care for workers, the more it can spend on services for the community. And still to come, the 2015 kickoff season for the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. Stay with us. Well, parents, now is the time to sign up your children for this year's summer camp with Fulton's Parks and Recs Department. The camps are for boys and girls ages 6 to 12. The children will get breakfast and lunch and be able to participate in a variety of activities. The camp starts on June 1st and can be paid for per week. Registration is limited, so sign up early. To register for the Parks and Rec Summer Camp, you can call the park directly at those numbers right there on your screen. And finally, the crowds gather for the first concert of the season at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. The night of classic R&B featured the legendary Whispers. Crowds enjoyed the music and were able to bring their own food and drinks.
I actually came to see the Whispers, but I've enjoyed the extra parts of the show that was added on as well. So I didn't anticipate, or did I realize Stephanie Mills and Angela Winbush were there, but actually I'm looking forward to the Whispers.
I love the atmosphere right here. This is my first time here and I'm loving it.
Now the ATL Soul Life Music Fest will be another concert held on Memorial Day weekend. Performers include Atlanta's favorite, Avery Sunshine. And Wolf Creek offers free parking as well as a shuttle service nearby. New this year, only those 18 and older will be allowed in the venue. Some concerts have already sold out, so you're encouraged to get your tickets early. For more information, you can go to wolfcreekamphitheater.com. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and of course, watch us anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for watching us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.